I found Crystal based upon a post that she made back in the summer, that said, if you're dieting, you're doing it all wrong. And it really like spoke to me because at that point in time, I was probably at my heaviest weight that I had been, very unhappy. It was in August, so towards the end of the summer. Um, didn't like the way that I looked in any picture that I took all summer long, and I just kind of had it. And I had dieted all my life, like my mom and I did many diets together. And, I'd done the Weight Watchers to where you count the points, and I would save all my points for dessert. And I just never like really figured out how to eat correctly. And then I did keto. And yes, I lost weight on keto, but then I went on vacation and had bread. And I was like, I miss bread and I miss pasta and I miss carbs. And I had just been like, there's got to be something better out there. And so, I first signed up to just speak with Crystal, and I kind of was like, okay, let's see how this goes because one is I'm kind of a picky eater. I don't like many vegetables. There's not like I was like, I'm gonna present a challenge for her and we'll see how this goes. Plus, working out. I really don't like working out. So we talked and we had a great conversation, and I just loved some of the things that she had talked to me about and kind of said, all this is fine. Like she didn't blink an eye. And I was like, okay, like let's try this out. So I signed up with her, and it truly has been a life changer because it's very true. Like when I started in August, and I think my daughter's in college, and so we had a few weekends down at school, and one was like parents' weekend. So I knew that I was going to be placed in these situations to where it's like we're going to go to a bar, and what are my choices going to be? They're going to be fried food. And before I know that I would always like beat myself up and be like, I failed, but with Crystal, it was like, okay, you did it. You had a great time with your daughter. That's the best thing. And we move on. And never once did I ever feel like I failed this diet. Like, like I would always feel like I failed this diet. And now, what am I doing? I'm a failure. But it was like I never felt shamed. I never felt like I totally blew it. It was just very true of like, okay, the next day you pick back up and you keep going. And that's kind of how I did it. And the weight was just coming off the inches. Like, I think I'm down to like 25 inches off now. Well, and then I had another thing kind of come up. So I was doing really good, but I have been in chronic back pain for 2 years. And I did fall into Pilates. I fell in love with Pilates, and I was like, okay, I can really do this. I like this. And then I was like, okay, I like walking. I can do this. So then it was like I can do these things, but I'm still in constant pain. So back in November, I finally got the reveal from the surgeon that I had to have spinal surgery. So then I was really worried about that of like what was that going to look like for my journey? And Crystal talked me through all that and was like, you just keep going, like never once was I like ever felt like I had that I was falling off of something. This truly is a plan all about balance. It truly is a plan all about teaching myself truly how to eat because that's what I have learned. And so I had my surgery. I'm still in recovery. I can't work out just yet, but I'm thrive like I miss working out, which is so weird because I would never liked working out. Um, so I do miss my Pilates, which I get to go back soon enough. But it was funny because I told Crystal, I'm like, oh man, like after surgery, I'm like, I was really afraid to get on the scale because I'm like, I didn't eat, all the healthy foods. I was craving graham crackers after my surgery because that's what they gave me, like right out of recovery was graham crackers. And for some reason, I was like, give me all the graham crackers I can eat. So I was like, oh no, like this is gonna be bad. And I got on the scale and I maintained my complete weight loss. Like I hadn't gained anything. And I was completely in shock. But it was also all like beyond graham crackers, I was still eating what I was usually eating. So that's where I think it helped me out a lot. Um, but I feel like through this all, like what I've learned is, through Crystal's plans, I learned of like truly how to eat, and which I really struggled with. I never, I was the person to where it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go have mac and cheese with my kids for dinner. I still have mac and cheese, but it's a healthy way of mac and cheese. I didn't prioritize the proteins. The proteins weren't the biggest thing on my plate. I would skip my breakfast. And it was like, I finally feel like I have truly learned how to correctly eat. Um, and then the other big thing that I've found, and which you just talked about, is the community. Like, I do feel like so much of this journey truly has been the community within this program. With Megan, we're definitely on different paths, but that's okay because we still communicate all the time. She's constantly sending me like recipes because I am a huge chocolate person. I love my desserts. I love my sweets. So I thought too, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to give all that up. Nope, you don't. I eat brownies, I eat chocolate chip muffins. I have I also was not a huge like I'm not a protein kind of shake kind of person, but I incorporate protein within different things. So I have these delicious like little protein balls that I eat that have the protein powder within them, that have dark chocolate chips in them, and they're delicious. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is a dessert, but it's really like a healthy snack. So it's been like so many things that I've learned from Crystal, from, the recipes that Megan and I share through the community, and the fact that we get together every 2 weeks to discuss how we are. That's been a huge help because if I'm ever feeling down, like I will say that after my surgery, which I expressed to Crystal, like it was kind of hard, but between Crystal and Megan, they lifted me up, and I'm feeling better every day. And I just feel that with this program, it's like a lifelong process. I definitely don't feel like I'm on a diet. Everything that Crystal has stated is 100% true. Some days you are at 100, some days you're at 70. I know there was a weekend that I went and visited my mom that, my husband and I went out and, had a drink, and that was okay. And my mom made those famous noodles too that she makes, and that was okay. And I came home from that long weekend visiting her and didn't gain. So it's very true. Like I have not been 100%, and I may have gone up, but I have lost it all too by just getting back on track. There's never a point in time to where I ever feel like I have done something bad. I never feel shamed. I 100% feel that this program will change the way that you look at food, the way that you cook food, the way that you eat food. Everything has changed. And I talk to my mom on a frequent basis and tell her all about it. And she knows too, but she's like me. She's like, I am a picky eater. And so she feels like it's gonna be a struggle for her. And I'm always like, Krista will help you. So I think that even with the most pickiest person, the person that doesn't want to work out, like this is a plan that is sustainable. You'll lose the weight, you'll lose the inches, and you'll see the progression and not feel like you're on a diet at all.